In the grand tapestry of human conflict, the Battle of Kyiv stands as a vivid testament to the resilience of a nation under siege. The year 2022 dawned not just with the breaking light of a new annum, but with the dark shadows of tanks and troops amassing at the borders of Ukraine. Here was not a mere skirmish, but a confrontation between David and Goliath, a narrative as old as time, yet ever relevant. In the chill of the Ukrainian winter, the Russian bear, laden with the weight of imperial ambition and historical grudges, lumbered across the borders, expecting perhaps a swift victory, a quick subjugation. But history, that most capricious of mistresses, had other plans. Kyiv, a city steeped in the toils and triumphs of centuries, did not bow. Instead, it braced, embodying the indomitable spirit of its people. As the world watched, often with bated breath and sometimes with blatant indifference, the Battle of Kyiv unfolded not just as a military engagement, but as a moral struggle. It was a test of wills, where the metal of a nation was forged in the crucible of conflict. The Ukrainian resistance, a David hurling stones of defiance, stood not just for their homeland, but for the very idea of national sovereignty, of the right of a people to determine their own destiny, free from the yoke of a neighbor's imperialistic designs. In this battle, one could witness the echoes of past struggles, the perennial fight against oppression, against the overbearing might of empires. It was a chapter in the age-old story of liberty, of the undying human yearning for freedom and self-determination. The streets of Kyiv, thus, became more than mere thoroughfares. They transformed into the arteries of a nation's heart, pulsating with the lifeblood of resistance. And so, the Battle of Kyiv in the grander scheme transcends the mere tactical and strategic. It ascends into the realm of the symbolic, a beacon of resistance against overwhelming odds. In this sense, it is not just a Ukrainian battle, but a human one, a chapter in the ongoing narrative of humanity's struggle against the forces that seek to subdue and dominate. The story of Kyiv, then, is not just of military might and strategies, but of the human spirit, unyielding and resolute, a testament to the courage and resilience of a people standing firm in the face of a Goliath, armed with nothing but the slingshot of their will and the stones of their conviction. Consider, then, the stage upon which this drama unfurled. Kyiv, a city not just of geopolitical significance, but of deep cultural and historical import, a crucible of Slavic identity, where the past whispers in the cobbled streets and grand boulevards. The Russian onslaught was, in a sense, an assault on history itself, an attempt to rewrite the narrative of a people through the brute force of artillery and armor. The defenders of Kyiv, a motley crew of soldiers, civilians, and volunteers, stood not just against a military adversary, but against an existential threat to their nation's soul. Their resistance was not merely tactical, it was steeped in the ethos of their history, a history marked by the struggle for autonomy against the looming shadows of powerful neighbors. In this context, the Battle of Kyiv emerges as a symbol of defiance against the tide of historical revisionism, against the notion that might makes right. The Ukrainian resistance was a clarion call, echoing the sentiments of Patrick Henry's immortal words, "Give me liberty or give me death." It was a stand not just for territorial integrity, but for the very idea of an independent Ukrainian identity, distinct and proud. This battle, then, was as much about memory and identity as it was about military objectives. It was about safeguarding the narrative of a people from being overwritten by the tanks and missiles of an aggressor. The battle lines were drawn not just on maps, but within the collective consciousness of a nation. Kyiv thus stood as a bastion of resistance, not merely in the physical sense, but in the realm of ideas and identity. Its defense was a statement, loud and clear, that the spirit of a people cannot be vanquished by force, that the pen of history cannot be wielded by the hand of an invader. In defending Kyiv, Ukraine defended more than land. It defended its right to exist as a nation, to write its own story, free from the dictates of an imperial script. In this struggle, the echoes of history were unmistakable. The Battle of Kyiv recalled the defiance of the Spartans at Thermopylae, the steadfastness of the British during the Blitz, the unyielding spirit of the resistance movements of the Second World War. It was a reminder that the fight for freedom, often arduous and fraught with sacrifice, is a perennial one, etched into the very fabric of human history.